To break it down, the Pittsburgh Steelers are getting ready for George Pickens and Deontay Johnson and Najee Harris and Kenny Pickett and Mika Fitzpatrick and his new pass rush of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're talking about Bosa not being here. Number 97 not being here. Now, Baldy's been on record. We'll ask him again in about 27 minutes, Shasky. Can Bosa just walk on the field week one without practicing? And he'll say yes.
Of course.
He'll bring up the Randy White story again, and that's all fine and dandy. But Shanahan has basically said that if he's not here by Wednesday, probably not playing.
I mean, I think it's easy to say that at a podium, but like if Bosa, listen, hypothetically, Bosa signs at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, all right? 7 o'clock West Coast time, and he happens to be somewhere near Pittsburgh. You're not driving him right to the game, and I mean, he's literally running from the tunnel to go. I mean, come on. It'd be like Little League. Hop in the car, kid. Put on your uniform in the car. Let's go. We're going to the game. Like, come give me a break.
And then he suffers a soft tissue injury, and all hell breaks loose.
Well, look, I'll tell you this right now. When it comes to fan fervor, not getting a Bosa deal done, or, and I don't even want to speak this into existence, trading him away, I think it would be one of the most unpopular things that this 49er franchise has ever done.
That's a funny text. Xfinity mobile text line. I heard Farhan Zaidi was leading negotiations for Bosa. No worries, Niner fans.
He can't pass a physical.
Niners do fly out 2 p.m. on Friday out to the East Coast. Maybe Bosa will just meet them at Pittsburgh from Florida. I mean, think about that. He'll have to fly. Knows. Is he even on the West Coast? Do we even know where he's at?
I have no idea.
Is he in L.A. with Joey?
I thought he flew out to the West Coast.
Only God knows.
Does anybody know where Small Bear or Big Bear or whatever the hell his name is at? Where's 97? Where is number 97? And where's the psyche of Niner fans at? I feel like the psyche.
Super eager.
I feel like the psyche of 49er fans is all jacked up right now. It is not in a good place. It is not. And I was able to sense that from afar. Well, from all the big talkers on Twitter or whatnot, they have lost their minds.
It's crazy to me because everyone's hyper-focused on the Steelers, and they're not wrong. It's Steeler week, right? It's week one. This is a huge one. I got this feeling, if they don't get it done week one, then you go into week two. Just hear me out on this. That's the Rams Super Bowl. To me, if the Rams have one game that they've circled on their calendar to win, it's week two.
Yep.
They could lose every other game and get into the Caleb sweepstakes. I think they're going to try to do everything they can to win that game. That's the only game, to me, that they're actually going to be ready to go because I see them being a bottom 5 team this year.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp's already going to see a specialist. He might be done this year.
Exactly.
He's already got hammy problems. Van Jefferson, nobody respects.
Well, they're talking about trading Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I know.
Which is crazy.
Well, I heard.
Crazy.
I heard because I want to shout out Rob on Instagram. Rob, you know who you are. He sent me some intel and sent me some audio, I guess, over the weekend. This guy named John Marks was doing, he was on CBS Sports Radio doing national radio. Apparently he works at WIP, 94 WIP, whatever it is, with Ike Reese. And he brought us up. He didn't call us by names. He just called us idiots. Called us the biggest idiots in sports radio history or something like that. Whatever. But a caller, I end up keeping an eye on for a second, and a caller from Detroit called. It was like, I'm hearing the Lions are in on Aaron Donald. Is there any truth to that? And I'm like, wow, the Rams will trade Aaron Donald? Imagine that. Imagine that. The Niners cannot. If you're the 49ers, and if you're a Niner fan, you do not want Nick Bosa traded. You want Nick Bosa signed.
Of course.
This is a win-now opportunity. NFC may never be this wide open ever again. We don't know what next season looks like. Seattle's coming. Arizona's going to retool.
The Detroit's dynasty.
Coming. The Detroit dynasty with Dan Campbell. I think Green Bay is going to be a lot better than what people think.
Okay.
Dallas is Dallas. Philly's Philly.
I think Dallas
the Giants are coming.
Away.
Yeah, the New York Giants with Brian Daboll, they're coming. Yeah. And who the hell knows what happens with the Commanders? The Commanders with new ownership. They want to get into the mix.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm the one dismissing the Commanders.
For this year?
Yeah.
I'm talking about for the future.
Oh, for the future.
Okay. This window, this wide open window for the NFC, next year it could look completely different. You have to take advantage. Quarterbacks move around. Players move around. And not having Nick Bosa and wasted his season by say, let's go ahead and trade Nick Bosa for picks for next year. You already don't trust these guys to make draft picks high in the draft anyway.
Don't you think that Michael Crabtree had never, before he even played a snap, he held out 5 weeks? Don't you think that kind of stuck around him for his entire career?
I don't think he was ever fully embraced by 49er fans because of that holdout.
Yes. Okay. Now, this is different because Bosa played for 5 years, but what happens in this negotiation, whether he stays, whether he goes, whether they pay him, whether he misses a game, the ramifications will be felt. Either the Niners are going to feel it from the fans, the front office is going to feel it. Bosa himself, if he misses a game or two and they lose, he'll feel it. If they misses a game or two and they win, I think that we look at him a little different. I don't know, man. I feel like what's going on right now is going to linger for a long time. And I think it's going to be very unpopular for the Niners if they end up screwing this up somehow. Either, not paying him, trading him away, he misses time, and they lose some games, and then he comes back, and he's awesome, and oh, my God, if they were one game better, had he been there week 1, they could have had the number 1 seed. I'm seeing where this is going, and I'm just projecting down the line. They've set themselves up for lots of criticism, which sucks because this year was supposed to be all about optimism. It's supposed to be all about Brock Purdy and optimism and this offense that could be the greatest that they've had in 20 years.
Optimism. There hasn't been no optimism. Remember Trey Lance? Remember the backup quarterback competition?
Yeah, but
there's been no optimism. I've tried. Listen,
I was ready to turn the page.
No, well, but nobody was. I was talking about this offense being one of the better offenses in the last 30 years, and nobody wanted. We weren't even talking about Bosa. We're talking about Trey Lance and Sam Darnold. We haven't even talked much about McCaffrey. Other than the first day of